St. Bonaventure takes on Virginia Tech, 4 o'clock Eastern tip-off at the Spectrum Center. The Virginia Tech Hokies are -2.5, totals 127. We went 4-0 with a push in our 5 premium sports picks on BrockPage.com yesterday. And if you want to see which one of these free YouTube picks on my channel that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at BrockPage.com. We're also 4-0 with a push in our last 5 $1.99 daily best plays on BrockPage.com as well. And if you want to access today's $1.99 daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. And if you're still a little bit on the fence about signing up for a package on my safe and secure website, just keep in mind we currently have over 925 members. We're signed up and active on that page right now. The Hokies lost 4 out of their last 6 ball games, 2-4 against the spread during that stretch. As a matter of fact, the Hokies have a losing record in their contests away from Blacksburg. They're averaging only 34 first-half points per contest. They're taking on a Bonnie's team who won 8 out of their last 10 themselves. And they also hold their opponents to just 40% shooting from the field. And speaking of defense, the Bonnies are holding their opponents to just 32 second-half points per contest. Now, scoring-wise, Kyle Lofton's dropping over 17 points per game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists for the guard. Lofton's also making 91% of his free throws. Meanwhile, Jaron Holmes is averaging 17 points a game himself, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for the senior. When it comes to the total in this one, the Bonnies saw their last 2 straight get over the posted number, 5-2 to the over in their last 7. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean towards St. Bonaventure plus 2.5, under 1. Hang on. St. Bonaventure plus 2.5, over 127. All right, next game, it is going to be Richmond versus NC State, 6:30 p.m. Eastern start time. The Richmond Spiders are -1.5, totals 142. Now, Richmond failed to cover in 3 out of their last 5 ball games, 2-4 straight up this season in their contests away from their home court. As a matter of fact, the Spiders are averaging only 68 points a game away from home, and they're struggling to rebound the basketball offensively. They're taking on an NC State team who won 4 out of their last 6 ball games, 7-3 straight up in their last 10. The Wolfpack's averaging 40 second-half points a game. Darian Seaborn is scoring nearly 20 points a night, along with 10 rebounds, couple assists. Meanwhile, Jericho Helms is scoring over 14.5 points a game himself, along with 4 rebounds. Helms is also drilling nearly 40% of his 3 balls. And when it comes to the defensive end of the court, NC State is limiting their opponents to just 31% shooting from 3 land. Now, total-wise, NC State went 4-1 to the over in their last 5 ball games, 70% to the over in their last 10. Meanwhile, Richmond saw 5 out of their last 8 get over the posted number themselves. Throwing out the Toledo game, I'm going to lean toward NC State plus 1.5, over 142. Next ball game, Furman, Mississippi State, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Mississippi State Bulldogs are -7.5, totals 137. Mississippi State's one of the better rebounding teams in the country. As a matter of fact, these guys are currently in the top 10 in defensive rebounding per contest. The Bulldogs are 6-1 straight up at home, and they're limiting their opponents to just 39% shooting from the field. Now, scoring-wise, Iverson Molinar is averaging over 16.5 points per contest, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for the guard. Molinar is also making over 95% of his free throws. Meanwhile, Talu Smith is scoring over 13 points per contest himself, along with 8 rebounds. They're taking on a Furman team who lost 2 out of their last 3, and they've been absolutely horrible against the number here recently. The Paladins failed to cover the point spread in their last 7 straight games. Furman's also 1-5 against the spread away from their home court. The Paladins are allowing 79 points a game on the road. When it comes to the total in this one, Furman went 70% to the over in their last 10 ball games. 4-2 to the over when traveling. Meanwhile, three out of Mississippi State's last 5 contests got over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Mississippi State minus 7.5 over 137. Next matchup, Villanova, Creighton, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Nova's minus 6.5, totals 134. Villanova failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 9 ball games. And they're actually coming fresh off a 21-point loss to Baylor, where they were held to an embarrassing 36 total points. The Wildcats are being held to just 30 first-half points per contest away from home. They're also shooting just 38% from the field when traveling. They're taking on an 8-3 Creighton team who won 4 out of their last 6 at home. The Blue Jays have also been shooting the basketball quite well from mid-range. They're making nearly 49% of their field goals this season. Ryan Hawkins is averaging nearly 14 points a game along with 6 rebounds. Meanwhile, Ryan Kalkbrenner is scoring over a dozen points per contest himself, along with 6 boards. Now, defensively, the Blue Jays are limiting their opponents to just 32 first-half points per contest. They're also limiting their competition to just 39% shooting from the field. When it comes to the total in this one, Creighton's 5-1 to the under at home, 8-3 to the under in their last 11 at any location. Meanwhile, Villanova saw 5 out of their last 7 when traveling fall under the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward Creighton, plus 6.5, under 134. Next and final matchup, St. Mary's versus San Diego State, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The St. Mary's Gales are minus 3, totals 119. But despite their 10-2 record, I wouldn't quite describe the Gales as an offensive juggernaut. As a matter of fact, the Gales are averaging only 23 first-half points a game on the road. The Gales are also shooting just 32% from beyond the arc on the road as well. They're also struggling to get rebounds offensively. They're taking on a San Diego State team who's 5-0 at home, and they rank in the top 25 in the country in guarding the 3-ball on their home court. The Aztecs are limiting their opponents to just 24% shooting from 3-land in front of their home crowd. They're also limiting their competition to just 26 first-half points per contest on their home court as well. Now, scoring-wise, Matt Bradley's averaging 15 points a game, 4 rebounds, couple assists for the guard. Meanwhile, Trey Pulliam scoring double-digit points a game himself, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for the senior. When it comes to the total on this one, 4 out of San Diego State's last 5 ball games fell under the posted number, 7-2 to the under in their last 9. Meanwhile, St. Mary's saw 7 out of their last 9 qualifying ball games fall under the posted total themselves. I'm going to lean towards San Diego State plus 3, under $1.19. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Powered to you by my website at brockpage.com, where we are 4-0 with a push in our last 5 $1.99 daily best plays. I like St. Bonaventure plus 2.5 over 127. NC State plus 1.5 over 142. Mississippi State minus 7.5 over 137. Creighton plus 6.5 under 135. San Diego State plus 3 under 119. As far as all the other games go, give me South Alabama minus 1.5 under 126 and a hook. UT San Antonio minus 3.5 over 149. I'm also leaning toward Wake Forest minus 9.5 over 138. Florida A&M plus 18 over 140. San Jose State plus 2 under 143.5. Fresno State minus 14 under 120 and a hook. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that board members on my website, they get access to every single pick That I give out on my website all the way through the end of December. So if you do end up signing up today for my board member tier package picks, it's actually going to work out to just $3.33 a day all the way through the end of the month. I'm going to lean toward North Dakota State plus 1.5, under 126. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website at brockpage.com. Once again, guys, if you do end up getting a membership here today on my website, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today on brockpage.com, you're going to get access to that content all the way through the end of December. I always tell folks in every single video, the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, guys, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at brockpage.com.